Because at the end of the story, the producers who win, they're not necessarily always the most talented ones, but they are the most consistent. And that's really why people with average talent but insane work ethic oftentimes blow up before guys with crazy skills. In today's video, I'm gonna be improving your beats by 176%. Now, I know this sounds clickbait, but here's the deal. If you're a producer who started on making beats that don't stand out, or you've been struggling to get artists to hop on your beats and get placements, what I'm about to share with you is going to completely change the way you produce. Now, for those who don't know me, my name is Stepuz. I'm a Billboard #1 charting producer. I own a gold record. I managed to produce for artists like Asian Doll, Frisco Leon, 5Foreign, Dusty Locane, and I've built a following of thousands of producers online. And in today's video, I'm gonna be breaking down 5 things that will instantly bring your beats from average to industry ready. Let's get into it. First, song selection. Now, 99% of beginners and intermediate producers get this wrong. They pick random drums, random melodies, and they wonder why their beats sound so flat. Now, here's the truth. Artists don't care how many layers you've stacked if the sounds themselves are weak. Let me tell you something, a mediocre melody can literally slap a lot harder than a crazy idea but with the wrong sounds. So here's what I recommend you doing. Build a go-to folder with sounds that you know for a fact that are high quality, and most importantly because this saves you time and guarantees consistency. As number 2, I'll suggest you spending some time finding out why certain 808s, why certain hi-hats and snares work on certain records. For example, listen to beats from Southside, Wheezy, Metro Boomin, and really try understanding why they're using and why they've chosen a particular sound rather than another. And really try noticing how clean and how purposefully every sound has been put in place on the beat. And as number 3, I'll suggest you stop downloading every free key you see. It is a lot better to curate rather than stacking. Now, the second thing that will drastically improve your beats is structure. Producers, including myself, I generally do believe that I'm super guilty of this. But we oftentimes forget that beats are not for producers, but they are for artists. And the reason why I say that I'm super guilty of this is because when I'm making a tutorial, is showcasing how to make a beat. I really like to go crazy with the drums, with the perks, with the effects and everything, because I really want to show you how you can go above and beyond with these sounds that I'm showcasing, and how you can be creative with certain drums, certain perks, certain layers. However, it's very important for you to remember that artists and rappers, they want to have space on the beat. The thing that needs to shine the most is their voice. So you always want to make sure that you have space for them to shine on the beat. And this is really what you want if you want artists and rappers to jump on your beats. Now, a few rules that help me out so much here are keeping the intro short, because artists don't really care about waiting 20 bars before hearing the drop of the beat. They really need that shit ASAP. Also, use transitions to guide the artist through the beat. You want to make small drops, risers, percussion changes that signal to the artist the verse to the hook. And as third, once again, don't overcomplicate it. Leave room for the artist. You want to kind of make it like a canvas. You really want to leave space and let the artist shine. Now, when I started to focusing more on structure, that's when I started to get more placements and more collabs, because suddenly artists could literally hear themselves on the beat rather than fighting through the beat. Now, third thing that's gonna save your beats from hell, bro, this is a big one, man. Like, the amount of producers that slip on this one is crazy, man. Like, insane. You really want to make sure that you take care of your brand and your network. I see every day so many talented producers who are stuck at the same exact place because they know nobody and nobody knows them. And the hard reality that we all have to accept nowadays is that if you don't post on either YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, my friend, you're invisible. Also, another thing, if you're not reaching out to artists or other producers to collaborate with and to build solid relationships, your beats will be sitting on your hard drive forever. And as a third aspect, if you don't look professional on your socials, no one's gonna take you seriously. No artist, no A&R, no producer, no engineer, no manager, nobody. So once again, I'm gonna keep pushing this shit for the longest. You need to take care of your brand, man. You really want to take care of your brand and the way you present yourself online, because nowadays that's your business card. Now, if you look at any artist or producer, no matter the genre, you're gonna be looking at a specific strategic way of carrying their social media. Of course, they have teams behind, but just look at even the upcoming most popular producers. If you look at their Instagram, there's a certain texture, there's a certain pattern. You may want to find the producers that you like you kind of like their vibe, and you want to try replicating what they're doing. Of course, if you don't have placements, that's another story. So you want to find other ways that you can kind of build your brand around your current situation. But you always want to keep in mind that whatever you're going to be posting needs to be aligned to whatever kind of brand that you want to have on your socials. You feel me? Now, going back to the actual producing stage, the fourth thing that's gonna improve your beats is definitely mixing and balance. Now, for sure, you don't need to be an engineer. I'm not an engineer myself, but it is fair to say that if your beats sound too muddy, they don't sound clean, they sound too quiet, or even too loud, artists won't take them seriously. So just to give you some quick tips that can really work wonders: gain stage properly, so make sure that the sounds are not clipping and they're actually balanced. The only thing that may be clipping, because you know you want that shit to be slapping, is the kick and the 808. But other than that, maybe also the snare as well. But other than that, make sure that the other sounds are pretty leveled down. Also, you want to make sure that there isn't any unnecessary sound that is filling the low end frequencies of the spectrum. That's because you want to keep room for the kick, the 808, or the bass. And everything that I like doing so much, you're gonna see me doing that shit 10 times out of 10 probably, but it's to sidechain the kick with the 808, and also a subtle sidechain of the kick with the melody, because this really gives so much space for the kick to really be heard properly. But of course, that depends on the nature of the beat itself. If I'm making a drill beat, it makes a lot of sense to have that. But if I'm making a, I don't know, maybe like an R&B chill beat, I don't know how much it will work. But one thing for sure that can help you out is to sidechain the kick with the 808. Now, one thing that you always want to keep in mind is that the goal here is not loudness, but clarity. You want to make sure that the beat sounds clear and crisp. So even a simple beat or a simple melody can sound industry ready if mixed properly. Now, fifth thing that's gonna help your beats improve drastically is consistency and workflow. You can have all of the sounds in the world, you can have the fanciest studio in the scene, but if you only cook up once every 2 weeks, you'll never get good enough to compete. So here's how to really lock in. Set a schedule, even if it is for 1 hour a day, but momentum compounds. Make a folder of sounds, drums, and presets that you know always work good. Make sure that you limit distractions, so whenever you're cooking up, you want to have your phone on do not disturb so that you don't have any kind of random notification popping up. Me, honestly, I think I take it to the extreme and I put my phone on airplane mode. But yeah, the whole point here is that you want to focus with the best of your capabilities. And another thing, bro, make sure that you focus on finishing your beats. Don't start a project and leave them there. Start a project and finish it. Because at the end of the story, the producers who win, they're not necessarily always the most talented ones, but they are the most consistent. And that's really why people with average talent but insane work ethic oftentimes blow up before guys with crazy skills. So if you really want to improve your sounds drastically, lock in your sound selection, structure your beats for artists, not yourself, start treating your brand and network like part of the job, clean up your mixes and make sure that everything sounds balanced, and finally stay consistent and build a fast, efficient workflow. And when you do these 5 things consistently, I promise you your beats will sound impeccable. You'll instantly feel more professional, your beats will sound professional, and artists will actually want to work with you. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, damn, this is really what I've been missing, then I've got something for you. I run a one-on-one mentorship program where I guide producers through everything we've just talked about and a lot more. You got coaching calls, feedback on your beats, you're gonna be able to ask me directly questions, and you're also gonna be able to get guaranteed collaborations directly with me. Now, here's the thing. This is absolutely not for everyone. It is only for the producers who are serious about going full-time and ready to put in the work. Now, if that is you, I'll leave the link down below in the description and we're gonna hop on a call and we're gonna see where you're at, what are your goals, and we're actually gonna see if we are ready to work together. Even if you don't join the mentorship, make sure that you take these steps that I shared with you today and your beats will improve immediately. However, if you wanna skip the trial and error and grow a lot faster than other producers, let's connect. The link down below in the description. The choice is yours. Hey, hope you've enjoyed the video. I'ma see you on the next one. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Stepuz. Make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment. You already know the drill. Yeah.